Hi everyone, we are on the very last row now of this mushroom page. Such a shame. I've been having such fun, but we do have some really pretty ones still left to do, so that's rather good. Let's come in. Now what I did this morning before coming in here to record was I had a look at some pictures of mushrooms to sort of see what colours they are. Because, you know, I've got lots of different colours, but I didn't know how realistic they were. Now, something I noticed was there's quite a lot of purple ones, and we haven't done many. We've done a few. So I thought I might have a go at some purple in this particular picture. Now, I didn't say, this is from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. We're using Polychromos. And I am going to start with the manganese violet and do our little mushrooms here, and they're quite small, so I think I'll just gently fade them towards the top. Keep it really straightforward. Let me just adjust my position. There we go. I've just got everyone out of the house, so I just realised how that sounds. Well, I've had a message from one son. He's arrived at uni. The other one's still on his way because he has a later start. Husband has left for work, so I am now alone until about sort of 10 to 7 tonight, and it is 9:15, so I've got a whole long day ahead of me. Which is, last week my day on my own was really stressful because my poor son was stuck on the train for 2 hours because the signals broke. But he's already at uni now, so that's nice. I know that he's okay. Oops, I'm just finding my next colour and dropping it, so that's good. I can chill. I'm going into town later as well, so a little walk. It's quite warm today. This is the light magenta, and I thought it might go quite nicely. I'm going to do the house in a pink. I'm just going to put a sort of layer on to start with before I think about what I'm doing with it more. Yeah, so my husband wants me to buy some biscuits from my favourite deli. Now the deli sells lots of meat and cheese, and neither of which I don't like meat, and I can't eat cheese, but they do have my favourite crisps, so I shall probably treat myself to some crisps while I get him some biscuits. And yum. I usually have a natter with the lady who works there. I think this one, I might do a different colour, this sort of so I've done a little darker piece here and here, like under the shadow of the roof, but actually I'm going to emphasise that with more pink. I've got my middle purple pink. I'm going to sharpen it. I just realised I'm going really fast and talking really fast. Let's slow down a little bit. I don't know why I'm so in such a hurry. Middle purple pink. Let's slow down a little bit. Just fill it in under here. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just because it's always a mad rush. And I'm going to make this one this colour too on a Thursday morning, because youngest son has to be out by 7:20. He has to get ready, like get his shoes on. Yeah, he has to get his shoes on 7:20 and leave, so it's quite early. We're always up at 6:15. My alarm goes off at 6. I get out of bed at 6:15. But it's still a bit of a, you know, rush. I'm going to put a bit under there as well. There we go. I'm thinking matching roof and window frame and door, maybe. We'll go a bit darker. What have we got here? We've got the light red violet or the red violet. I think if we go for the red violet, it's a lot darker. It might match in with our sort of colours. Red violet. Yeah, so that's quite early to. He's not the fastest of people. and so yeah, and it is also a bit stressful because if his train has any problems with it, there's no other way he can get in. So that's a bit annoying, but yeah. Anyway, but as I say, he's in, so that's good. I just spoken to him actually, and he said he's studying probability today. He's doing sort of it's called sort of, is it called maths for data scientists or something? But it's sort of computery maths basically. But because I'm doing that bit as well, but I don't know whether it should be a bit lighter. I'm not really sure what it is. So I'm just going to do a darker layer over everything and leave that bit a little bit lighter. Let's go over the door handle. Yeah. I'm thinking with this, I'm just going to do a little bit on the bottom of these. You don't have to do this. Just darkening them a tad. There we go. Now, we have these pretty flowers. I'm thinking maybe let's make them a little more delicate. So we could go for our, oops, the colour I can't get out. If we go for the pink Madder Lake, it's our sort of lightest pink apart from this magenta, light magenta. I haven't really done much with the house. I think it's okay because it's not a rounded house. It doesn't really need lots of different colours on it. I'll have a think. Let's do these flowers. Now they're really teeny tiny, so I'm just going to put this colour on without worrying about, and I'm going to do the middle the same colour. I might do some more colour in the centre in a minute. Yeah, I know what I can do. But let's get some colour down here. There's not much you can do really because it's such a small flower really, I suppose. I'm going to grab this middle purple pink and go in the middle. Just take the colour out a little bit. Don't have to go right onto the petals like I have, but there we go. Now, I'm going to think about windows. I don't want too much of a bright, I don't want a warm yellow, so I think it's this one or this one. I think I'm going to use the light yellow glaze. It's more of a pale, almost lemony colour, like this. Yeah, my son missed his class last week in this particular topic because of the train. It was so late. He was over 2 hours late, and his class, although it runs for 3 hours, he didn't want to walk in that late, and I don't blame him. Right, I'm going to use a green that I haven't used on this page yet. This is the deep cobalt green. It's really, really dark. I'm just going to use it for this. I think it will act as a nice little frame for, well, only this side because there's none on that side, but I'm just going to block in these leaves because they're small. I know there's some people that would do all sorts of detailing even though they're little, but I like to keep it simple and I can't see that well. So I can't, you know, I've got my new specs and they're really good, but even so, I think that's perfectly fine. It doesn't really need little bits and pieces here and there. It would look amazing and some people do the most fabulous job, but for me, I'm happy with that. And I'm going to use the chrome oxide green fiery for the grass. Now because I'm just going to sharpen it, I want it quite sharp, because grass grows up and down this way vertically, that's how I'm going to colour this bit. She says immediately not, getting in that corner is quite hard. And then if you can see my lines, my pencil strokes, they will make sense. Now we've got a few bits here growing up here, so I'm just going to draw those in. Excuse me, sniffing away. My husband sounded a bit sniffy. He had one sneeze, but he He said his boss was sitting next to someone with a cold, but hopefully he's okay. I don't really like that on there, those bits on top of that house. It almost clashes. But anyway, it's done now. I'm going to put in a few dark touches with my Paynes grey. Oh, it's very little, my Paynes grey. And what I want to do is to get a little bit just under the roof. And it's this roof that I really want. And down here. So we can see that this little building is slightly set back and the roof is creating shadow. My desk is creaking so badly. And some white. I want to put some white on these flowers. It's all looking a bit samey, so I think put some white here. I'm going to put one in the middle and then a few around. And I'm going to put some on here. I mean, so many of our mushrooms actually have white dots on anyway, but I feel that it will just lift. Now I could have put some shadow between them where they're overlapping, but to be honest, they're so small it would be really fiddly. I think this is a better way to lift them and show them off rather than worrying about too much detailing with our sort of Paynes grey. But if you wanted, you could put a little bit, you know, here where these are overlapping, a bit of shadow in here, but I just don't trust myself to be accurate enough, and to be honest, I don't think it'll make that much difference. I'm very happy with how it is, so I'm going to leave it there. So you have our little very pink very pink. I'm not going to do any pink tomorrow, I hope. But thank you for watching today. If you like pink, then that one might have been for you. Yeah, I hope you have a really super day. And yeah, happy colouring.